Yo, Chelsea here, coming at you in love and light. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am really excited because I'm going to talk to you about something that's been relatively new to my life, but also extremely it's been shifting my paradigm, which is fasting. So I started playing with the idea of fasting maybe 8 months to a year ago. And that was with intermittent fasting, which we all do every single night when we're asleep. Intermittent fasting is essentially just giving your body a little bit of time when you're not eating. That's when it finishes all the digestion. And then if you allow enough time, your body will actually start to repair and regenerate. So, like I said, I started out with intermittent fasting probably 8 months to a year ago, where I just started slowly pushing back the time where I would eat breakfast. I realized that up until then, I had just gotten up and I think at one point, I was brainwashed to think that breakfast was the most important meal of the day. So I would get right up and make a smoothie and chug it down. But I realized that a lot of that time when I was drinking those smoothies, I wasn't hungry. I was literally only eating because it was time to eat. So slowly but surely, I pushed back the time more and more and more until eventually I was only eating one meal per day between the hours of about 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. And I was pretty shocked that with just the one meal, my body was functioning even better than it was with 3 meals. So I played with different lengths of different fasts, different kinds. Primarily the ones that I do are just consuming water and tea during the hours when I'm not eating, during the hours when I'm fasting. And then more recently, within the last couple of months, I've started doing even longer ones. I did a 48-hour fast a couple of months ago, a 72-hour fast about a month ago. And I had told myself that on May 1st, I was going to start a program, which is a Living on Liquids program, where you do some meditations and you work on receiving energy, chi energy from the environment rather than being focused so much on food. So the whole month of April, I kind of let myself kind of go wild a little bit and just eat. First, at the beginning, I was eating some pretty unhealthy foods. I found some triple layer vegan cake at one of my favorite vegan restaurants. And I think I had quite a few slices of that throughout the month of April. It was so delicious. And even one day in April, I completely did a sugar binge where I just I think I had this is embarrassing, but whatever. I had 2 slices of cake, 2 donuts, and I had, 2 ice cream sundaes. So crazy. All vegan, but all crappy food. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word, but all really crappy food. And it was crazy because a couple hours after that, or an hour after that, I could totally feel that sugar coursing through my body. And then I went to yoga and I was stiff and sore and totally unfocused. So it was fun to see the effects that sugar has on me. And then after I got past the unhealthy part of April, I got into the healthier part of April. Here in Vegas, we have this food delivery service, and I got a bunch of free food deliveries, so I was ordering lots of healthy food, but I was still just eating for enjoyment rather than eating when I was hungry. So, and I'll do this a lot when I know that I'm about to do a diet change, when I cut white breads and out of my diet. The night before, the last day that I ate these white breads, I had a pastry buffet from one of my favorite bakeries. So I kind of like to get my fill so that way when the next day comes, I'm ooh, I do not want any pastries. I'm pastried out, which was my big thing. So I did that with the sugar. And I've done that with the healthier foods in preparation for my fast because I knew that it was coming on May 1st. So May 1st came, and the program that I was following, I didn't quite understand it fully. I couldn't figure out how to log in to see the meditations. The information on the actual program came late on the last day of April, so I was reading through it. And then I really wanted to do a meditation with mala beads, and I didn't have my beads. So basically I made up a lot of excuses, and I was like, I'll do my fast another time. So May 1st came, and I was really healthy all day. I did yoga with 3 different classes. And then right after my 3rd yoga class, I was like, I'm going to go to the grocery store and just pick up a couple things. So I walked by the freezer section in the grocery store, and there was all these buy one, get one free tags. And I was like, let me just look and see what it is. And it was vegan taquitos, and I never see anything that's vegan for buy one, get one free. So I was like, yeah, this is a sign from the universe that I'm not going to fast after all. I'm actually going to eat these vegan taquitos. Thank you, universe. So and I also grabbed a vegan pizza too. So I get home and I put the vegan pizza and the taquitos in the oven, and I have a vegan feast. The next morning, oh my gosh, I felt so freaking terrible. My body said, you've been planning this for May 1st and you are going to stick to it. And my body rejected everything. Like, this might be a little bit too much information, but I'm just going to tell you. So the vegan pizza had like whole mushrooms on it, and I saw a whole mushroom came up. So I'm like kind of, I don't know, that's weird to me. Like, I was just like, shouldn't that thing have digested a little bit overnight? But I'm like ralphing up all this stuff that I had indulged in the night before, and I actually hear my body say, I am not your trash can. So I laid in bed literally all day on May 2nd, which was the start of my now 10-day fast, which is amazing. And I just kind of reflected on like how I made myself these promises of starting this fast and starting to live off of chi on May 1st, and I pushed it back. And my body said, no, we've been talking about this for so long. It's starting right now, which was a blessing. So on the first day of my fast was when I was actually sick and vomiting, so that was water only. Day 2 was water only. Days 3 through 6, I was still like battling these attachments to food and wanting food. So I did have 1 fruit smoothie each day, which was really more so for comfort for myself than hunger. And then by the time I got through to day 6, I was like, you know what, it's time to do this. It's time to take it to the next level. So days 7, 8, 9, and 10, which is where I am today, I've been water only, with the exception of like chlorella tablets for cleansing, and not very many of those. I've only had like 8 or 10 all week, and a couple of herbs here or there. I'm also doing turpentine oil, which is extremely anti-parasitic, and castor oil. But I would be pretty careful before incorporating those 2 into your diet. Not the castor oil. The castor oil speeds up your digestive system a lot. So actually I would be careful with that, because you need to make sure you're in a space where you can just like run to the toilet at any time. But the turpentine oil, if you decide to start it, this is not advice, by the way. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying what I'm doing. But anyone who decides to do turpentine oil, make sure you're going to the bathroom regularly, like 3 times a day, I would say. Otherwise, your diaph symptoms might be pretty heavy, which really might be what caused my sickness with the taquitos and the pizza too, because I had actually started this turpentine and castor oil a couple of days before the taquito incident. So I'm not really sure what caused it, but so yeah, days 7 through 10, water only, and I'm so shocked. Like, this is by far the longest fast I've ever done. That's how good I feel, with how strong I feel. Like, I've been going to yoga at least once a day, up to 3 times a day. I've been doing a lot of meditations. I went to a sound bath. Like, I've been manifesting stuff like crazy, like just free stuff showing up. There was a free sound bath. My yoga teacher gave me a free one-on-one lesson. During the days that I said that I had one fruit smoothie, one of those days I only had fruit juice. And I was like thinking the night before how badly I wanted a green juice. And I wake up, and the next morning at yoga, they had free juices, which has never happened before or since. I won free vegan dinner to this local vegan pop-up, which looked amazing. I gave it to a friend who's vegan, and she loved it. What else has happened? There's a lot of things. I've just been like manifesting left and right. Oh, I got hired for this out of the blue job. Like, someone hired me to be their fasting coach for a pretty good amount of money per week. So it's just like, since I've been fasting, things are just popping in my life so fast. Oh, I have an interview for a job tomorrow. Someone else offered me a job. I don't think I'm going to take it. It's back in the beverage world, and I'm not really ready to go back to selling beer. But I have an interview tomorrow, and I think they're going to offer me the job. So I just want to hear what the offer is. It's been amazing. Also, like, the energy throughout my body, like, I could just feel the energy flowing pretty much continuously. And it's really been an amazing time. Also, after day 6, which was the last day that I had the fruit juices, I made the mental decision, but also I just haven't felt the cravings for food. I felt really strong. But before that, I did have a lot of cravings because I was eating some unhealthy foods before, kind of a lot of unhealthy foods before. So up until day 6, I had those. But day 7 through 10, like, no hunger, no cravings, no nothing. Day 7, I think it was. Actually, like, all the days I've had a lot of energy, but specifically, actually all the days I've had a lot of energy, but I just remember one day I was just like the Energizer Bunny. Like, I could go all day. Thinking about all the money I've saved too over the last week is crazy because, like I said, I was eating lots of delicious vegan food, whether it was raw or cooked or whatever. It was pricey because I eat pretty much all organic, so I've definitely saved over $100 in the last week, which is awesome as well. And not that I did it for this reason, but I've lost about 10 pounds. And because I was doing like what is binge eating, I mean, I had a lot of attachments to food. So because I was binge eating on these foods, partially in preparation because I knew I was getting rid of them, but also as comfort, I had gained from my normal weight, I had gained about 12 pounds over the course of a couple of months. So all that weight is now off, like I'm looking nice and toned, and I'm staying really hydrated. So it's really been an amazing thing. A little bit of a test of will, but for me, I had the cheater sauce with the food poisoning, and I'm really grateful for that. Like, food poisoning was the best thing that could have ever happened. So thank you, universe, once again for that. And I'll keep you guys posted. I have to break the fast by Sunday night at the latest, which is 3 nights from now. And that's because I'm eating dinner with some friends from out of town. So I'm actually going to have to break it even earlier than that, maybe that morning with some fresh juice. And then I'm bringing my own raw food to their home so that I can share some raw food with them and also enjoy myself. So I'll probably break it that morning. And I'll keep posting what I found. So I hope you're all having an amazing day. I'm going to put some links below for some different like herbs and supplements that I've been taking that are really fantastic, that have really helped me. So feel free to check those out. Also, please feel free to reach out to me via email or comments if you have any comments or suggestions. I hope you're all having like an awesome, freaking badass killer day. Subscribe if you like my videos. I say this every video. I'm going to start posting more, but I really am going to start posting more at some point, but hopefully that's sometimes right now. I love you guys. Talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Holler back. Bye.